Hey guys, Johnny from Johnny Profits here. Just wanted to give you guys some insight into how I got started in becoming an entrepreneur and in reselling and Kindle publishing. So right now I'm an Amazon reseller. I mainly sell through Amazon FBA. I don't really do much merchant fulfilled stuff. I love sending it into FBA, and as a few other YouTube, Steve Rankin, FBA all the way, baby. That's what I'm all about. That I also do eBay, eBay Power Seller. Do pretty good with that, but it's just a pain picking and shipping the item, storing it. It's much easier with Amazon. It's complete night and day. Also, to encompass all of that, I do own a marketing agency. That's pretty much my main business. We manufacture products and we list them on Amazon and eBay. In regards to the marketing agency, also for clients I have, so other small businesses, contractors, doctors, lawyers. Actually, we have a pretty big builder out in the Hamptons that we do work for. So we make websites, we do graphic design, we do SEO, the search engine optimization, we do the SEM, the search engine marketing, social media management, stuff like that. So that's how all that knowledge in regards to the marketing parlays into the Amazon listings, the eBay listings, do Craigslist also. Do a little bit of everything. Also manage rental properties with my family. It's more or less my family's gig, but I do it with my parents. I do own a piece of one of the home, so I am a homeowner. But in general, I help them dealing with the tenants, renewing the leases. When someone moves out, we fix up the place, get it re-rented, things along those lines. So I definitely have knowledge in marketing in general, eBay, Amazon, and rental properties, and just other reselling in general. So if you guys have any questions in regards to those 3, 4, 5 different things that I have pretty good knowledge on, just shoot me a comment and I would be more than happy to answer them. But the very first, let's backtrack. Right now I am 28, was born in 87, so I'm going to be 29 in about a month or so. So trying to enjoy those last few years in the 20s before I hit the big 3-0 and whatever year and change. I'm not looking forward to it, but want to remain in the 20s as long as I can. But anyway, so let's backtrack. I'm going to say I was in 3rd grade when I first started my whole entrepreneur journey. What I did, I live behind a public golf course over here, nothing fancy, just a regular old public golf course. So I saw an opportunity, and there were tons of golf balls in the woods, laying around in the woods and on the sides of the courses. And I know that golf balls are expensive and still are. So myself and I, at 3rd grade, I guess I must have been like 9 or 10 years old, I went around in the woods. I think I had my little brother with me and maybe a few other buddies, and we went around collecting all these golf balls. So we ended up collecting throughout the day or so. We had 50, 100. Then at the golf courses, they have the ball washers. Like you pop the ball in and you clean the balls with it. So we ended up cleaning up all the balls, and then the next day we went out into the fairway and we're approaching golfers. I remember we're like 9, 10-year-old little kids jumping out. We'd have like a bag of 25 golf balls, and we'd go up to them and say, "Hey, you guys want a bag of golf balls for $5 or $10?" And we ended up doing that for a couple months, and made some halfway decent money for pocket change for little kids. But that was my first little taste of entrepreneurship. Then I would say my next, when I really got serious was, or started to get serious, I'd say I was 15. I was about in 10th grade. And my uncle was telling me about these auctions, like vehicle auctions and municipal auctions, and I just thought it was the most amazing thing. And this is like pre-social media, pre-Facebook, probably even pre-MySpace. This is like, I don't know, like 01, 02 maybe. So ended up going to this municipal vehicle auction, and there were a bunch of vans that were up for sale. There were a bunch of gas and diesel vans, and then in the back corner that wasn't getting too much attention, there was like a row of like 20 CNG vans. If you guys don't know what that is, it's compressed natural gas. So natural gas is used in your home heating furnace and on the stove. So if you guys have natural gas, it's not propane, it's a little different, but very similar. So ended up looking at these compressed natural gas vans, and no one really knew what to do with them at the time. No one was really familiar with the compressed natural gas, but all the vans were in good shape, low miles, like, I don't know, 40, 50,000 miles, which wasn't bad. They were all in pretty good shape. And ended up buying one of the compressed natural gas vans. The regular gas and diesel vans were going for about $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 each, and these compressed natural gas were going for like $300, $400 each. So it was like a no-brainer. Like you couldn't go wrong. So I said, I had my $300 I saved up from, I don't know, I think I had my communion and other work allowance that I had. So I went and I ended up purchasing the van for, I think it was like $350, $400, something like that. So I bought the van. I brought it to a body shop. Got a tow truck, brought it to the body shop. Needed some paint, some other body work. It ended up coming out to around $1,000 in work. Got it fixed. So let's say I was into it for about $1,400 at the time, and I think it was kind of before Craigslist. I don't know if, or Craigslist wasn't that popular at the time. So I ended up listing the vehicle on cars.com. And within a couple weeks, I ended up selling it to this gentleman. It was actually pretty nice. I sold it for about $4,500. So I made about like $3,000 in profit. It was pretty badass. I was like 15, man. It was in 10th grade. So I was like, oh my God, I got the fever. I got the buzz. I got bit by the entrepreneurial buzz. And I wish I would have picked up a few more of those vans at the time. So that's how I got started. It was like a one-off home run score. And then I was just like buying stuff at garage sales, other places, and selling them on eBay. I started selling them on eBay little by little. Then, let's see, I went to college for a little bit. I went on like a half ride to local university over here, Dowling. Pretty good school. And I went in there for like the first semester, second semester, and I was all serious, like selling stuff on eBay. I was starting a website and everything, and all these kids were walking in their pajamas, like half drunk, half high, like just complete disasters. And I'm there like in a buttoned up shirt, like all serious. I was day trading stocks at the time too. In high school, I used to run out in the library and day trade. Like I think when Google went public in 04, 05, because I graduated in 05. So I was buying Google, Apple stocks. I had my Sidekick. I don't know if you guys remember the Sidekick, the little, it was like actually like the first, more or less like computer cell phone, like, you know, semi-PDA that the screen would flip around with the keyboard, and I would go and check the stock prices, and then I'd run to the library and make stock trades. My teachers thought I was crazy. But so anyway, I was pretty serious. I went to college. The kids, no one was serious. The professors were like, you know, just speaking theory the whole time, you know, not making too much sense. These guys are just, you know, live in academia. They have no idea or concept of the real world. So then I ended up dropping out of college like most entrepreneurs do. My parents were pissed, you know, definitely flipped the shit on that. But I persevered, you know, took the shit from them, kept plugging along, working, and I ended up starting with another partner. He was older at the time. I was like 18, 19. This guy was like 30, 32. He had an existing eBay business, so I ended up hopping on that eBay business with him. We had a storage unit, not a storage unit, like an industrial unit. It was like, I don't know, 1,000, 1,200 square feet. And I ended up working over there, and that's how I got into storage unit auctions. Now this is before all the hype and all these storage wars and all these television shows came out. Actually, I just recently went to a storage unit auction, and it was a complete disaster. There was like 200 people there. It was insane. The prices were out of control, like multiple thousands of dollars, like $1,500, $2,000. Where I would go back in the day, I'm talking like 05, 06, there was no one there. There's maybe like 10 of us. Max 20, and out of those 10 or 20 guys, maybe 4 were serious dudes, and they were picking up units, and you know, they pick up multiple units. But the thing with storage unit auctions, it's kind of inconsistent, and there's just a ton of garbage, ton of crap in there. A lot of the units, it's like a mystery. Everything's in black bags. A lot of times it's black bags. Like nothing's out there being shown. You know, the gold bars are not out there on a shelf for everyone to see. And if they are, the price is going to be out of control. So just a lot of crap, people's clothes, a lot of shit. But every once in a while, you definitely find some good stuff, and you know, make your money back and definitely make a halfway decent profit. I found gold. I found silver in there, gold coins. I found pretty cool hunting equipment, bow and arrows. I think I found a gun too one time, night vision goggles, definitely some cool stuff, collectible stuff, but like I said, it was inconsistent. So I ended up kind of slowed down on that. I didn't really like it that much. You know, I must have bought at least 30 or 40 units, so it's not like I just bought one. You know, I was pretty serious about it, maybe even more. I could have bought up to 50 at one time, I don't recall, but definitely got some experience in that regard. Then I started going into, well, transitioning into business liquidation. So when businesses would go out, or they're scaling down or moving offices or whatever, they would sell all their office equipment, you know, all their office furniture, all of their inventory and other things. Pretty much everything that's not bolted down to the floor or to the wall. I mean, it's pretty much up for sale. You know, the auctioneer just goes around, he puts lots on everything, and you just go around and bid on the lots. That's it. You know, it can be multiple hundreds of lots, if not thousands of lots of items. So ended up doing that. I did enjoy that. The only problem is that the furniture, I was mostly, not mostly, but half of the time I would do furniture. I would do like desks and chairs and filing cabinets. Now remember guys, desks, if you guys went on Staples.com or anything, I'm sure you guys know office desks are like $400, $500, $1,000, $2,000. Also the chairs, you know, you can't get like a halfway decent chair for like under 200 bucks. You know, sometimes you get one for like $100, but I mean, I was scooping these things up for, you know, pennies on the dollar, like $10, $20 a chair, and reselling them for like $50 to $100 a chair. Another big secret that no one really knew about were filing cabinets. If you go right now to Staples.com and look up the filing cabinets, not the long skinny ones, the wide ones, they're called lateral filing cabinets. They go from anywhere between $800 to like $1,200 new, and they're definitely big bucks. And you know, every office has filing cabinets, so I would end up like picking up, to say, like 50 filing cabinets, 100 chairs, 20, 30, 40 desks, something like that. And then I'd put them into storage units. If I think I had a shipping container at one time. I also had like a regular industrial unit that I would pack in, but you know, I need multiple employees. I'd have to rent a truck. I'd have to get I bought a van at the time, get a few trucks going on. So it was just like a big pain in the ass with coordinating all the guys, the warehouse. Definitely a lot of overhead, a lot of capital to lay out. But the profits were pretty good. But the scalability of that business wasn't as good as, say, Amazon FBA and stuff that I'm in now, that, you know, you could definitely scale up like huge time. The way I would scale up with the office furniture, you have to buy like 1,000 filing cabinets, 1,000 chairs. Same with the desk. I don't know how many box trucks and how many 10,000 square feet, 20,000 square foot of storage. I mean, it's out of control. So not up my alley. That's definitely cut it out. You know, but I got a taste of it, and I did enjoy it up to a point. Let's see. Then I guess the auctions and stuff that I do now that I do enjoy is unclaimed freight auctions. So what that is, it's pallets of inventory that either freight from, like, they call it motor freight companies, so say like UPS, ABF, other big shippers, Yellow Freight. Freight that people either deny, don't want, they return. It falls off the pallet, it falls off the truck, it gets damaged somehow, some way, and no one wants it. So anyway, they send it to auctioneers, and they line it all up in different pallets, and you get to bid on the lot. So that's pretty cool. So at least you get to see what you're getting into. You get to see the whole product of everything that you're buying. So let's just say it's, I don't know, what did I buy recently? These sports carriers, these baseball bat sports carriers. So there's a whole pallet of them. I ended up buying 100 of them, and at least you get to see what it is. You see they're new in the box. You see that they're you get to see exactly what they are. So still do that. I definitely enjoy the auctions. It's pretty wild, the characters that are there. It's hysterical. You have everyone, because I'm close to the city, so you have all different types of ethnicities, different money situations. You have poor guys, rich guys. It's definitely an interesting situation to say the least. So that's kind of how what I'm doing right now in regards to the Amazon FBA. So doing the auctions, I'm private labeling some things also, getting them manufactured in China, wholesaling them, shipping them in via shipping container, and sometimes air freight if I can, if it's small enough, then labeling them and sending them right into Amazon FBA. Also reselling, I do enjoy garage sales. They are so much fun. It's so much fun, man. I love negotiating with people. You end up getting stuff for pennies on the dollar. So on Saturday, I'll go out for like 4 hours. I'll usually make like $500 to $1,000 real quick. I mean, I'm pretty experienced on knowing what to look for. But I go around and scoop things up at pennies on the dollar, and I'll go into what I buy at garage sales in future videos. I'm very specific. I try to go for brand new items if you can, and it's crazy what people will sell and for how much they'll sell it for. A lot of people just want to get rid of crap. Especially like if people have young children, they get like a ton of toys for Christmas. They don't even open half of them, so that's what they end up liquidating at the garage sales, among other things. You know, a lot of people have little appliances, outdated media, VHSs, books. I'm also a big book scanner, things along those lines. So that's kind of what I'm doing reselling wise right now. Like I said, I'm also a Kindle publisher. Up to 20 books right now. I have them on Kindle, I have them on ACX, which is the Audible, the downloadable audiobook version. I'm also on CreateSpace, which is the printable book version, which is definitely important, guys. If you are Kindle publishers, you got to get on ACX and CreateSpace. You probably make more money from CreateSpace and ACX than you do on the Kindle ebook in the Kindle store. But you know, you need a combination of all the three combined, and you'll end up doing pretty well. So that's just a little background on how I got started reselling. I mean, I can go in depth a little bit more. Just wanted to keep the video semi-brief, but just give you guys a little background on that. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments below. I'd love to answer questions and give you guys some guidance on what you guys are trying to do, what I've done, and there's many things in the future. I can't wait. All right, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.